Good morning, Kasturians. So today we will be discussing chapter number 14, which is semiconductors, and in this chapter particularly we will be discussing some topics which are valence band, conduction band, then we will be discussing energy band gap, Fermi level, then we will be discussing the three types, that is metals, insulators and semiconductors. Okay, so let us proceed with the first topic, that is valence band. What is valence band? It is the band which is highest filled with valence electrons. Okay, so the highest filled energy band with valence electrons is known as valence band. Now what is conduction band? The band which is lowest unfilled allowed energies. Okay, that means the band which is, you can say, the valence band was highest filled band, this is lowest filled band, but lowest unfilled allowed energy bands which are next to the valence band. Now what is energy band gap? Energy band gap, it is the you can say the gap between, or the energy difference between the two bands. The two bands that we have already discussed are valence band and conduction band. Okay, so this energy difference is known as energy band gap. As you can see, this is the conduction band, this is the this is the conduction band, this is the valence band. Okay, and the difference in the energies in between these two band gaps is, these two bands is energy band gap, and this is denoted by Eg. Now what is Fermi level? Fermi level, it is the highest energy level in the conduction band up to which electrons are filled. Okay, so you can see this Fermi energy, it is the highest energy level up to which electrons are filled in the conduction band. Okay, this is known as Fermi level. Now energy corresponding to this Fermi level is known as Fermi energy. Now what are metals? We have to discuss about the metals, insulators and the semiconductors. Okay, so let us first discuss what are metals. Metals, these are the, you can say, substance in which conduction band and the valence band, if we talk in terms of bands, see, we are talking in terms of bands only. If we talk in terms of bands, then the conduction band and valence band, they completely overlap each other. Okay, so if they are overlapping, that means they do not need a separate path to for the flow of electrons. Okay, so the flow of electrons is easier in this case, and hence you can say the conduction of electrons is easier. Okay, and otherwise we know the what are metals, insulators and semiconductors, but particularly here in this chapter we are discussing with respect to the bands. Okay, now what are insulators? Okay, what are insulators? When there is some band gap between the, or we can say there is some energy band gap between the conduction band and valence band, then and the balance, this energy gap is so huge or so large, so that the electrons from the valence band to the conduction band, they cannot travel even after some application of energy, even after some external force or some external energy supplied to the electrons in the valence band to travel to the conduction band. Still the electrons do not gain, they do not gain sufficient energy to travel from the valence band to the conduction band. Okay, so this type of substances are known as insulators. Now let us discuss what are semiconductors. See, semiconductors, the, as we already know from the layman definitions also, what are semiconductors? The substances which lie in between the metals and insulators. Okay, so we can say that the semiconductors are the substances in which the difference between the energy between the conduction band and the valence band, or you can say the energy between these two bands, it is, you can say it is so sufficient, or you can say it is very small. There is a band gap, but it is it can be adjusted, or you can say when energy supplied to the electrons. Okay, what happens, these electrons gain sufficient amount of energy and they excite from the valence band to the conduction band. Okay, and this, as you can see, this gap is small, that is 3 electron volt. Okay, when the electron in the valence band gains energy equal to or more than 3 electron volt, then this electron, they can travel from valence band to conduction band, and hence flow of, you can say, or you can say they can conduct, conduction can take place through this type of materials. Okay, and in this case we also know resistivity of semiconductors, it lie between the that of metals and insulators. But if we talk about insulators, they offer huge resistivity and low, or you can say approximately zero conductivity. Zero conductivity means electrons are not able to travel from the valence band to the conduction band, hence no current or no conductivity. That means infinite resistivity. But if we talk about metals, what we can say, this, see, the metals, we do not need very high amount of energy or some extra amount of energy, some external energy in most of the cases to for the electrons to flow from the valence band to conduction band. So we can say metals are the substances which offer least uh, resistivity and the highest conductivity among the three that we have discussed. Okay, so that's all for today. We will be discussing the other part in the next class. Okay, thanks for watching the video.